Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Tonight we have a long video. I'm going to kind of walk you through how I make 2 baby gifts, and I'm going to also show you some of these items that I got for a penny. Now this book I did not get for a penny, but I didn't end up using it because I only had one left. I thought I had more than this, but I only had one left. But tonight is long, and I'm going to kind of talk you through while I work from start to finish on these baskets. Just a big thank you to you, whoever's watching this video, and to this basket community. Today marked my slow tick up to 4,000 watch hours. And so I am now officially monetized. And I just want to send a huge thank you to anyone who's ever watched the channel, gave a like, gave a comment, shared my videos. Just a big, huge thank you to each and every one of you. Some of those who didn't subscribe, I hope you do. And I haven't made a cent yet, but I have the capability to make money now on the channel. I first started, my first video was in September of this last year, so 2024. And it was a crappy video. This still isn't the best production, but I just want to say thank you guys. I made a pact with my family that I wouldn't share our location, my name, information. I wouldn't even show my face, and a lot of people said that it couldn't be done, but it can. I never went live. It's just through your guys' support that I'm here today, and I just want to say thank you for that. I also want to shout out 3 names. Now there are hundreds of names I could shout out, dozens of ladies and guys and people who make baskets who have inspired me along the way. But one, thank you to Birthing Bosses with Felicia, who opened up this door. I've been making baskets since 2009. I think I've told y'all that story with my friend from college on the side of the road. We sold gifts, flowers, and some Bath & Body Works products for $7. Some man came and said he was going to a Valentine's dance and bought our whole thing for $800, and we thought we were rich. But I had no idea that this was a community until I just stumbled across Felicia's Birthing Bosses with Felicia's video. And she just had inspired me. I watched her for several years without posting. And then from there, I found Miss Joy from Baskets and More. I just loved everything she did. I liked her business savvy. I liked her beautiful gifts, and it just inspired me to get deeper and deeper into the community. And then the last one that I have to shout out, and I know that I would be here, able to be monetized with my subscribers without Shant the Queen Faison. She used to do a morning show on live every morning. She would sing my name. She was one of the first people to say, go subscribe to Never in a Million. I didn't even have any content. And she did that for a lot of us creators, and we need to give her flowers because she didn't have to share her platform, but she did so very unselfishly. Those 3 ladies, and then of course along the way, there are so many, that I could be naming that I've learned from, made LLCs like Sean says from, and you guys just rock. This community is just no drama, just fun creativity. Y'all be doing way more than me. I can't make a hard box to save my life. I can't do anything, is to touch y'all creativity. But I saw that I did something a little bit different, and I just wanted to share it. Like I mentioned before, this is a true side hustle for me. And so we see queens like LBE and Boss Lady Fee, Joy from Baskets and More, who make this their full-time gig, and they devote a lot of, time to this full-time. I donate a lot of time, but I just wanted to show my side of how I shop and how most of my items are penny items, and I don't invest as much because I just can't. This is not a full-time thing for me, and so I hope that that's one of the reasons that you guys follow, and I hope it inspires others to do the same thing. They said it couldn't be done if you didn't go live. And some people have said, you have to post every single day. I didn't follow those traditional rules. I just, shared what I could share, when I could share it. I tried to keep my identity sealed. As many of you guys know, I do work at a university, and I have students and other things that I just didn't want to share much about where I sell. Sometimes I, share finances and the amount of money that I'm going to make, and it just didn't make sense for me to, go live in the area where I was selling at, or, risk other people, beat me to the remodel. So I was just kind of, try to stay behind the scenes, but I just wanted to share, and I feel like you guys have supported me through that, and so I'm so thankful and grateful for that. I also want to give a shout out to my family who has supported me 100% of the way, dealt with my foolishness, was able to get up at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning and drive all across Georgia in the Southeast, who have listened to me fuss about them handling my packages. So yeah, I'm just over the moon, and grateful. And I know that this is, just only the beginning, I hope. But if I don't make a dime, I'm fine with that too. It was just, nice to be a part of the community. And I hope that I have shared things that, have inspired you as well, because I get inspired daily by the things that you guys show and do. And always just feel like, whether you have 1 subscriber or, 50,000 subscribers, keep on sharing, because you never know who you can inspire. All right, so I was showing you guys, I literally ran out of paper, but I got some packages today, and they had these 4 little rolls of brown paper in them. So I'm using that to stuff these. And I was saying before, I was going to make them like these little Mickey Mouse concepts or Minnie Mouse concepts and use that Sleepy Time book, but I only have 1 of those left, or at least 1 that I can just find. So I had to pivot a little bit, but this is a 4-cent concept. So it has 3 penny items in there. And then I got these Easter baskets when they were on sale, last year, I believe, for a penny. I know that I got these from, a store in Covington, Georgia. So I'm just adding the paper here, and just follow me along, and I'm going to show you how I add just those 3 penny items to make a quick gift. And yeah, just keep on watching. Okay, here I am again. I am adding these neck roll pillows. And this one is a Minnie Mouse one for the one in the pink. Now, the funny thing about this is I would have never gotten all these neck pillows if it wasn't for my sister. We were in a remodel in Covington, Georgia, and we always go, we split up, and we always have like one-track minds. And she was there, and she turned I turned around and she had a whole clip strip that was full of these pillows, and she just grabbed them and threw them in my buggy and just kept on going. And I was like, hey, where'd you get I didn't even know these were going. And she just threw them and was on about her business getting candles. Now she was the one who got most of those candles, that came in the green, pink, and lemon and lavender. So she had got, I think probably about 40 at one location, and she was over there just getting them. She had threw these little neck roll pillows in my buggy, and then was gone. Next time I saw her, she was getting all those candles. And the lady, I was on the opposite aisle, and I could see her, scooping down, getting those candles. And the lady was looking, and she was like, "Where are the candles? Where?" I could hear her say, "Where are the candles?" And she turned around, and she saw my sister get them, and she said, "Damn." Oh, it's truly a fun thing to do. Like I said, you used to, the way they used to go, you had to get up early in the morning and get out there, and they would have people spending the night, overnight. They'd spend Saturday night there and wake up Sunday morning. One location in Biloxi, like I told you my parents went to, they had a camper, an RV camper, and they had camped out in the parking lot all night long. I am going to miss the way that they used to do remodels, and I may never get the same amount of pennies as I've had before. But as I've told you guys, it is always, storing these items and keeping them is not making you money. So I will always just keep flipping inventory. And I might not make as many baskets for the next holiday. I'm always going to stay in my budget range. It only makes financial sense for me to buy very, very, very cheaply and sell for a nice profit. That way I can pass along a savings to my customer. That way I can always make sure that I'm making profit. I can't take a gamble on, thousands of dollars, and then not be able to know that I'm going to reap thousands of dollars in return, if that makes sense. And so, everybody has to shop differently, depending on the stage that you're at in the game. I just cannot take the risk financially. I know the bills that I have. I know the things that I support, and I know, who supports me as well, and who is depending on me as well. And I just can't take the risk of, paying high dollar amounts. If I put something that's $10, I almost want $100 for that basket. And we all have to make our own decisions how we shop. So I'm just adding just 3 pieces here, which would be the neck pillow that came in Mickey and Minnie Mouse. I think you saw where I had some Minnie Mouse binkies or pacifiers. And so I added that there. And then these 2 loveys, they come with like a little blanket and a stuffed animal. And so I've added to each of them. Now, I didn't have any Mickey Mouse binkies. So I did add this pack of Nuke, I believe it is. And it had like a little blue one. And another thing is I like to kind of stay with color schemes. I feel like that makes your gift look a little bit more put together. So with that being said, I'm going to add some blue and pink shred. I don't have any yellow shred. I would have liked to use a little yellow shred, to bring out that yellow that's in the little elephant here. But I'm going to use pink and blue shred to add a little bit more festivity there, or matching colors, I should say. A lot of you guys may have heard me say I don't use Easter eggs, and that's mainly because I don't want to pay for them, and I don't feel like storing them for more than a year, because you only use them one time. But I think this gift could benefit from a little Easter egg, probably. Then again, will a baby open up an Easter egg? I'm not really sure. And what would I put inside of them? But yeah, sometimes it could be used as a filler. But I don't have any, and I'm not likely to buy Easter eggs. So I'm just adding the shred here. And I also want to mention, give one last shout out, and that is to Yummy Tea. She used to do her lives a lot too. She would shout out my name, and a lot of people have shouted out my name on the live, and that's not really why I'm shouting her out. But when I was unable to sell in my location, she ran into two of my family members who were out selling my gifts, and she was nothing but kind to them. Once I guess they must have mentioned my name. I don't remember exactly how it happened, but once she heard my name, she was holding them hostage, really. She wouldn't let them leave. But I just didn't think that was right to sell in her spot. I think they were in her exact spot alongside of her. But she was very gracious. Her family members were gracious to them. And that just shows the type of support that is in this community for pure strangers. And so I always want to say thank you. And I wanted to shout her out as well. And like I said, that's will be my last little shout out, because I could spend all night shouting out people who have been so kind in this community, who have said thoughtful and constructive things about my gifts, who have, shouted me out or shared or just said hello in the lives. This is a really, thoughtful and kind community, who is always, willing to share. Sometimes they share more than I would share, but always to share where deals are, always to share, gift ideas, just a loving and nice community. And I thank each and every one of you who, commented or didn't comment. What did Sean used to call them? Incognito folks who just view, who just give a like, or don't know how to like, or don't know how to share, don't know how to comment, and just happen to watch each and every video. And so if you're one of those people watching now, especially at this 16-minute mark, just thank you. I don't know, my heart is filled with gratitude tonight. So a little bit back to the gifts here. I'm just adding the shred. I'm also going to make a bow in the same way that I make a bow. And there's plenty of bow tutorials on my channel. That was also one of the first videos that I made, low quality, before I learned how to use this CapCut. It is the only thing I know how to use. So there's no music playing in the background, just raw footage of my messy back shelves, and just showing you how I create my bow, which I think is a little bit different than a lot of other bows. And that's what is the beauty of this community too. Just sharing the differences. There's no one right way to make a basket. There's no one right material to use. There's no one right bag or cellophane or shrink wrap. It's just open to creativity. And so, yeah, that's another little aspect that I like about it. And so this is kind of like the final look. I have bagged them, and now I'm going to show you how I do my bow. And I'm just going to say it again. You guys already know what I'm going to say. It's floral satin. I'm doing the roll, fold, and cut method. And I'm going to use a pull bow. For my inexpensive gifts, I really like to use a pull bow, but I've gotten to where I just don't even like a regular pull bow on a gift. I kind of have to have just a little bit pizzazz. And I'm going to say it again. I'm using floral satin. And one person commented and said, "Are you still in the same roll?" I don't know for certain, but I can tell you, I don't buy ribbon that often. And this is 100 yards. So not feet, but yards, and not 50 yards, but 100 yards. And so chances are I am still on the same spool, but I know for a fact that this red that I did replace red, right towards the middle of my Valentine's gifts. So, yep. So I'm pulling out that pull bow. And these are the ones that LBE taught us to get that come with the bags. So if you buy 100 bags, you get 100 free bows, and you need to use your bows because you paid for them. I know they said that they're free, but it came in the cost of the bag. So use them bows. Don't be afraid to use a pull bow. I know we always talk about, and Boss Lady Fee definitely talks about a custom bow will help sell your gift, and it sure will. But use the pull bows to the best of your ability. I make them work for me because I paid money for them. So yes, try to use your pull bows. And what I have started doing was just adding piece of floral satin behind it. So not that many loops, but just something to make it stand out a little bit more. And of course, I'm playing with those color color schemes. We know that Minnie Mouse is, known for their red polka dot. So just adding that red and blue, because it's a boy's gift, and a blue pail. So yeah. All right, I'm going to finish up this bow, and then I'll come back when I do my second bow. And this is something I can work on. Y'all know I need to work on my shred, because my shred be all over the place, the grass. Sometimes it don't be grassing. But those ties in the back, I have been known to leave those ties in the back, and then when someone picks up a gift, I'm like, you should have cut those ties off in the back. So that's something I can work on, is cutting those ties after I tie that ribbon from the back, them just poking out. So I could really work on that. And here I am coming in with the yellow ribbon. I think that matches the little lovey, the blanket that he's holding, that little elephant lovey. And I'm going to do the same thing that I do there. This is aqua satin. I'm going to roll, fold, and cut, and add this to the back of another pool bow. Another thing I could do better at is when I cut these little tips off, I should be cutting them in a trash can, because they are hard to get up, especially with the aqua satin. It's a different texture than the floor satin, and it can be hard to sweep up. The floor of a basket maker is a hot mess. Maybe some of y'all can keep y'all floors clean, but these little pieces be all over the floor. I went to work one day, they was on my sweater. So I'm gonna pull that. It's again a free pull bow, air quotes free, because we did pay for it. But it's one of the pull bows that came with the bags. And I'm just going to tie it off, double tie it, and then gather up that roll, fold, and cut ribbon that I put behind it. Just that simple, and it's a nice way to elevate your gift. And a lot of you guys comment about my music and how it's like softly playing in the background. I always put that music there because I don't really like the sound of my voice. So I think it disguises a little bit. But if you are on CapCut and you want to LLC my music, it is called Aurora of Happiness, I believe. So if you want to LLC that, you can LLC that too. But that's the background music that I always use. I tried some other one and it wasn't really that great to me. So that is another little tidbit of LLC that you could if you're doing your videos. And like I mentioned before, you don't have to be on camera. You don't have to go live. You don't have to tell people your name, your face, show your face, anything. Just get out there and create something, guys. We are always looking for new newbies in the community, something we can learn from. And then y'all see that little that little piece of ribbon? You see how it's stuck to that bag? The aqua satin ain't nothing to play with. It'll get stuck all over the place. Yeah. So just finishing this bow here, and that's gonna be the end of this video, guys. Just cutting my tails. Oh, this is one-sided, so I don't know if you can notice on that other tail how it's dull on that side. You want to make sure, since this is one-sided, that you're always twisting, and that's what that little cut does. It allows the area for you to twist and creates like a little axis. So I'm going to dovetail there, and I hope I'm going to cut the ends of my ribbons that are hanging off in the back, because that's something I need to be doing on every gift. At this stage, I usually will toss it to the side and go start on another gift. But I think I was conscious enough, I hope, to turn it around and cut those tails off. Oh, and I just grabbed that little piece of ribbon that was on there and just threw it to the side so it gets stuck on something else it ain't supposed to be stuck on. All right, guys, we're nearing the end of this video. I just want to say thank you again. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your comments. And just thank you for being a part of this community. All right, good night. I also will say good night, but it could be day when you're watching this. Last time YouTube didn't upload my video till the next morning. Good night.